Hi everybody, it's Tom from Vehicle Visionary. I hope you're having a great day. This is the 2024 Honda CR-V Hybrid Sport. And in today's video, we're going to try to answer the question, do you get the right features for the right price on this particular model? It has an exterior color of platinum white. The interior is black. This is an all-wheel drive model, but you can go all-wheel drive or front-wheel drive with these CR-V hybrids. And obviously, if you don't like a hybrid powertrain, well, that's okay. You have that option as well with the CR-V. So a lot going on to talk about here. Let's dig in a little bit deeper. If you want to know a little more about this particular model, check out the link down in the description of the video to the Holmes Honda website. Here on the Hybrid Sport trim level, you're going to find LED headlights and LED daytime running lights. And you might notice that flickering effect there. That has to do with the shutter speed of my GoPro. It's not something you can actually make the vehicle do. It's not actually happening here with the naked eye. So if you saw it in person, you're not going to see that effect. You will find the nice large Honda logo prominently displayed here within the center of the gloss black grille. And you do have the active air curtains right here. That's one of the features that will help to improve gas mileage with this model, among other features as well. Here's where the air is going to flow out. So that improves aerodynamics. And like I said earlier, this model is all-wheel drive. Let's talk about tire and wheel size. If you've ever wondered about the numbers on the side of the tire, the sidewall, this area, here's what it means. 235, that's going to be the width. 60 is going to be the sidewall size, and then that R18, now you probably can figure that out with these gloss black rims to know that, well, that's the size of the gloss black rims. You do have Honda sensing here, which is going to include, that's Honda's safety suite of driving aids, traffic jam assist, road departure mitigation braking, lane keeping assist, adaptive cruise control. It's all here. Here is the remote for 2024. Going to have some gloss black on there, and you'll find, I know a lot of you like to know, does it have remote start? Well, you can see right there that it indeed does. The gloss black mirror caps will set the side view mirrors off nicely. I think that's a good place to have that. Turn signal indicators built in, and something else that I know a lot of people want to know about and want to have is going to be found right there. That's going to be your blind spot monitoring. By the way, that remote is a proximity key. You do have the walk-away feature. So all of that is here. You're gonna have the roof rails here on the sport trim level, as well as, well, any trim level. You'll have the body-colored shark fin antenna up there. We'll finish things off here on the rear with the rear roof spoiler. And then you know for sure that it's all-wheel drive because of the logo right here. LED tail lights, everything looking very nice back here. So a very nice look overall with this model. Let's talk a little bit more about what makes the hybrid CR-V something that you might want to buy, something that's going to help you to save some gas mileage. It's what's under the hood. And for those who might be laughing at what I said in the last scene about saving gas mileage, yeah, I realize you need to laugh at that. That's okay. That's the wrong way to put that. It'll save gas, or improve gas mileage is maybe a good way to put it. But what exactly is that? Well, it's the hybrid powertrain, a combination of the naturally aspirated 2-liter 4-cylinder and the dual motor electric, or dual electric motors, I should say. That's going to be mated to an eCVT. Horsepower comes in at 204, and the torque comes in at 247 pounds-feet. And here's the good thing about it. If you're torn between, do I want something hybrid or do I want something that is full EV? Here's the helpful difference. With full EV, you're purely reliant on how much charge capacity your vehicle has. Here it doesn't matter. As long as you have gas in your 14-gallon gas tank, well, you're good. Because when the charge capacity gets to a certain point, the gas engine kicks in and you're going to keep driving down the road, or if you're stuck in traffic, you don't have to worry about, oh, am I going to make it before the battery dies? That's a good thing. And how about those all-important MPGs, the gas that we're going to save here? 40 city, 34 highway, 37 combined, and 2.7 gallons of gas per every 100 miles driven. At least that's what it says on the sticker. Now, you might notice that those numbers for MPGs are flip-flopped between city and highway. Normally city is lower and highway is higher. Well, the reason for that is when you're idling through the city, cruising through the city, you're more likely at those lower speeds in most cases to be able to run off of the electric end of things. When you're running at higher speeds, higher RPMs, you're more likely to use the 2-liter gas engine. And the reason for that would be, well, obviously driving out on the highway. That's going to be more likely to happen than it will be otherwise. And with the hybrid version, you can tow up to 1,000 pounds. Now, if you're wanting to tow a little more, you can tow up to 1,500 pounds with the non-hybrid version of the 2024 CR-V. And cargo capacity, 36.6 up to 76.5 cubic feet. You do have quite a bit of cargo capacity back here. You've got the 12-volt power outlet. Obviously, you're going to have some lighting back here and space for storage. And one thing that I want to do here, because I know a lot of you like to see it done this way, so I'm going to oblige you, and that is to do more than just folding down one side of the rear seats to maximize cargo capacity. So let's see here if we can do this. There we go. So there, you can see that now and see what that looks like maximized. You can see that the seats are pretty much flat. The one side is a little higher than the other, but that's something that I can easily fix if I need to. But you can get an idea. I know a lot of you say don't just fold down one side, so that way you can see what it looks like fully maximized as far as your cargo space goes. When it comes to space for your rear seat passengers, they'll find plenty of space within the door bin for a nice sized bottle, maybe some snacks or whatever else they want to put in there. The nice comfortable armrest, and it's better to put your arm on here instead of poking on it like that. And here's something that's nice. Even though I know a lot of you say, you know, I'd rather have something other than black interior, the good news is that you don't have the typical goes with black interior white contrast stitching. You can see, well, that obviously it's an orange, at least that's what it looks like to me. Now, we do have cloth interior. Some people say that's antiquated. I'm not sure why, but some people like it, some people don't. But one thing I do like here for sure is with the fold-down armrest, you're going to have the cup holders built in. The big advantage for your rear seat passengers is that they can have a cup or a bottle in each cup or bottle holder and still use this as an armrest because the cup holders aren't in this area. I'll never understand car makers putting them up here because obviously when they're being used, well, this is no longer an armrest, it's just a cup holder. Just my thought on the matter. And we're going to have the dual air conditioning vents and dual USB ports. So good advantages there in a few different ways. Also, while it's only on the rear of the passenger seat, you do have the storage pocket right there. And if you are a fan of a sunroof, you have the conventional size here. I know some people say, give me that panoramic sunroof, Honda. You can get that on the Pilot, but not currently on the CR-V. And one more thing about the back seat area that I like here is that if somebody is stuck being the center seat passenger in the back seat, they don't have to worry about a tall transmission tunnel to make their foot position or where they put their feet uncomfortable because you don't have that tall protruding transmission tunnel. And a quick side note on something I forgot to mention, at least I think I did earlier, about the side view mirrors, is they are heated in addition to being power adjustable and manually folding. And obviously with the larger front doors, you're going to have a larger armrest for the driver and the passenger and a larger door bin. Now here on the sport trim level, we're going to have a manually adjustable passenger seat, but hey, it's still adjustable. Power adjustable driver's seat, plenty of space within the interior, including what we have right here with the large glove box you're going to have right here. This is going to be your wheel lock key. Let's see if I can get that out for you real quick without any trouble, just so I can show you how this works. And while I realize that this vehicle doesn't come with a spare tire, if you do have a tire changed out, you're going to have to take the tires off, obviously, and whoever does that is going to need this. And that's what corresponds with the lug nut right here that looks different than all of the others. So this goes into the lug wrench and put that on there and it locks into place, and then you can take that wheel lock off. That keeps your wheels safe. And by the way, the good news about that is that it is specific to your vehicle. So here's the thing. That means that people can't just come and get online or whatever they want to do and steal your wheels. Let's see if we can get that done. Sorry about that. Doing everything one-handed, a little challenging. So what do we have here as far as connectivity goes in the front seat? We're going to have the two different options on the USB, another 12-volt power outlet, your conventional style shifter. Yay for no push-button shifters, right? At least that's what a lot of you say. And then here's your mode selector. I think you pretty much know everything else that's here. You have your cup holders, a little bit of storage space in front of the center console. And speaking of the center console, seems to be in a pretty good place height-wise, but obviously you can adjust the height of the seats or the positioning of the seats to compensate for that. And within, there is quite a bit of space. And to control the sunroof, it does have the tilt and slide open feature. That's what this is for. In case you were curious, you do have a sunglass holder. No conversation mirror. Would you like to see the conversation mirror here? Tell me what your thoughts are. And here on the driver's side door, well, everything you would likely expect to see as far as all the controls and the switches for the windows and the side view mirrors and all that good stuff. You do have the traction control button right here. You can turn that on or off depending on your situation. And you can drop this lever down, just push down on that, and you can adjust the tilt and telescopically adjustable steering wheel. And I'll let you see and hear what happens on the dash right there. You can see everything that comes up, a little bit of an animation there. Nothing major, but you know, it's here, so I might as well show it to you. We'll hit the push button start right here, get everything started up. Here is our digital instrument cluster. We'll get rid of everything that's on the screen right there. And ultimately, you can see who is wearing their seatbelt and who isn't, in case you were wondering about that. Over here, you can control not only the lighting on the exterior of the vehicle, but also something known as the blinkers or the turn signals. And I know a lot of you are turning your head like a dog hearing a new sound and saying, what are blinkers or turn signals? Yeah, I know you don't know what they are because you don't use them. But you do use your front and rear window wipers, so I can't really say anything sarcastic or funny about the lever right there, which is what controls those things. You have your steering wheel mounted controls, and no, these are not paddle shifters. These are regen braking paddles. That's what we'll call those. Because what it does is it controls the regenerative braking, which is using kinetic energy to keep the batteries charged or the battery charged in this vehicle with your dual electric motor system. That's a good thing. And by the way, how about our mode selector? Let's take a look at what our driving modes are. We start with normal, then we go to econ. Snow is also there, and then we'll go all the way up. Obviously, you're going to have snow mode. And yes, as you can see on the left-hand side of the screen, you also have the graphics that go with everything. I'll go through a little bit slower for those who might want to see what you have where all of that is concerned. And for those who are maybe saying, give me something that's a little more minimalistic with the interior as far as the technology goes. And once again, that blinking effect, flickering effect you see on the screen right there, no, that's not really happening. It's not a problem with the screen. I told you about that earlier, but just in case you didn't see that part of the video or skip through it, that has to do with the shutter speed of my GoPro. This is the 7-inch screen. It's very easy to use. It's very easy to learn. If maybe you're the person who hasn't ever had this technology before, you can use what I call the hunt and peck method to work your way through that. You will have the multi-view rear view camera. You have a little area right here in front of the screen. You can put your fingers up there, just makes it a little bit more comfortable to navigate your way around on the screen right there. Obviously, your buttons here for controlling, or knobs, I should say, for controlling the radio, the volume, and the station. And there's other ways to do that as well, but I think you know that too. Dual zone climate control is here. You can sync those together if you want to. Heated seats, we still don't quite need those, even though it's a little bit nicer today. It's only 74 degrees at 7:48 this morning. Well, it just went to 75, but you know what? That sure beats being around 90 at this time, as we've been for quite a while now. So I'm happy about that. One of the big advantages here is obviously helping out to get good gas mileage. What is it ultimately like to drive this 24 CR-V Hybrid Sport? Let's get out on the road and find out. Okay, we're gonna go for our test drive here with the CR-V, and something that didn't necessarily need to improve between the last generation and the current generation. Well, the brakes work well. I can get on the brakes a little bit here with these bright-minded drivers that want a close-up look at the front end of the 24 CR-V. Okay, sorry. Kind of like a squirrel, right? Except they didn't run the other way. They just decided to keep going. Anyway, the ride quality, that's what I was about to get at. The ride quality here is good, and it's actually improved a little bit. Like I say, it wasn't something that necessarily needed to improve, at least not in my personal opinion. Some of you may say differently, but one way or another, that's the case. This is a vehicle that handles extremely well, a very comfortable interior, plenty of space for driver and passengers and for cargo. We took a look at that earlier, and I gave you that treat of folding down the 60-40 split rear seats. I know not everybody does that. I'm trying to give you those kind of things when you ask for them. If it's something I can realistically do, make a request and I'll be happy to do it. Sometimes people ask for things that I can't necessarily do, but one way or another, I always try to do that. And something that I like here that balances things out nicely is the fact that, as I mentioned earlier, you have the latest in technology, at least for this particular trim level here in this model from Honda. But at the same time, while it may be the latest, that doesn't mean it has to be overly complicated and difficult to learn, and it most certainly is not. That's always a good thing. Now, I have a slower moving vehicle, or at least they were moving slower earlier, so I'm going to drop into sport mode here. And, well, let's just have a little bit of an acceleration test. I don't know why in the world they think they need to be in that lane, but okay. So now they're driving under the speed limit in the left-hand lane, or what a lot of us call the hammer lane. But that's okay. I got around them. You have plenty of power to get down the road here. That's really what I was getting at, and that person back there just made it very easy to prove that. Whether it's moving around slower moving traffic, driving around slower moving traffic, or accelerating a little above the speed limit, or whatever you need to do to be able to merge into traffic. That helps the people driving behind you. Yes, that's a free tip. I'm not going to charge you for it. There's a lot of advantages here. This CR-V hybrid has plenty of horsepower, plenty of torque. It's going to get down the road just fine, and yet at the same time you still have very good gas mileage numbers. Everything's very solid here. Very well balanced vehicle, that's for sure. And you're getting quite a bit, all of those things, for less than $40,000. So tell me what you think down in the comments section. Do you get the right features for the right price with the 2024 Honda CR-V Hybrid Sport? You may not get features such as the power lift gate. We saw that earlier. I don't know if I mentioned that or showed you that, but that is a situation here. Not a big deal. It's dampened, so it opens very easily, but you still have a lot of features and a lot of great functions, a lot of great modern day technology, but yet stuff that's very easy to learn where that's concerned. All of the features are simplistic to learn and use. So tell me what you think down in the comments section. I'm always curious to receive your feedback. I have to say a special thanks to my friends here at Holmes Honda for loaning me this 2024 Honda CR-V for the day. And a special thanks to each and every one of you for being kind enough to give me the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video and haven't subscribed to the Vehicle Visionary YouTube channel just yet, please consider doing so. And if you would like to learn about other vehicles you may wish to consider purchasing, check out the video that's on the screen right now, and I will see you there.